Welcome to your mobility practice for today. We're working on upper back and thoracic mobility. So for today's practice, you'll need a foam roller and a yoga block. And if you don't have either of those, you can use a long pillow, or we have other prop ideas that you can use in the resources. All right, so we're going to start with a cat and cow. So come down to all fours, hands underneath your shoulders, knees under your hips, and we're going to open up the mid back. So I just want you to think about where your back positioning is right now in this first round. We're going to inhale, open your chest, look forward, and exhale, tuck the toes, round the back. And just notice how much you can round through your spine. Inhale, open, dropping the belly down, the tailbone up, opening through your chest. Rounding back, tucking through the tailbone, pressing through your mid back, and pressing your hands into the floor. Good. Inhale, up and open, and exhale, rounding all the way back. Good. And become conscious of where your spine is in space. So as you're opening, think of lengthening. As you're rounding, think of tucking that tailbone under. Notice any points of tightness. Good. Especially around the bra line. You notice it's hard to breathe back there. Maybe stay there for a moment as you're breathing. Good. So we're going to stay here for about a minute. You're welcome to do this for 2 minutes at a time. Really rounding through, finding that spaciousness in the mid back, spaciousness in the glutes. Good. The more we start to rotate and engage in the back, the more it starts to open. So the longer we're able to do this, the more range of motion you'll be able to find. Good. Let's take 3 more here. Rounding the back on your exhale, pressing those hands down. Inhale and open. And exhale and round back. Great. And then coming back to the center, we're going to take a thread the needle. Right arm comes forward, left arm is going to reach underneath. You could glide that hand along the floor and reach through that shoulder. So you're feeling the left shoulder stretch as you're coming under. Glide it all the way back to the center and take that arm out to the side. And we'll go back under. Inhale, close under. So you're breathing into your mid back. Exhale and open. Good. We're working on mobility here, not so much strength in the shoulders. So I want you to think about those end ranges of motion, drawing through the shoulder, pulling that shoulder blade off of your back, and then opening out to the side. Good. Again, we'll do this for about a minute. If you want to do more, you can stop the video and spend a little more time here. The more time you can spend in these mobility practices, the more results you'll see. Good. And every time you reach to the side, see if you can find a little more expansion in your mid back. Good. We're creating a lot of space underneath your bra line and your back ribs. And this is a really important place to find mobility so we can improve your breathing and the ability to contract your abs and your hips, right? Good. One more here. And then we'll switch to the other side. Left hand down, right arm threads. Again, you can glide that hand along the floor as you're rotating, stretch across. So really reach, feel that shoulder blade coming off of your back and then open. Inhale as you cross under and exhale, open. Good. And see how much range of motion you can find through your shoulders as you're lifting and as you're rotating across. Good. Opening all the way back and then closing all the way across. Good. Go with your breath. If you need to linger with that arm reached all the way out, please feel free. Find more space in your back ribs. Good. Let's take 3 more here. Also take time to notice if left side and right side feel different. Good. 1 more here. And back to the center. Excellent. Good. We're going to come into a child's pose. Knees together, toes together, sitting back on your heels. If you need to prop up your hips here, you absolutely can. Come forward onto your chest. Take the arms down, palms facing up, and forehead down to the floor. If your forehead doesn't reach, you can put a block or a pillow underneath your forehead. I want you to think about the restriction that's being created in the ribs. Let your ribs come down. And you're breathing into your back body on every inhale. So the spaciousness that we just created in those thoracic twists See if you can feel that expansion here. I'm going to stay here for about a minute, breathing into your mid back, breathing into your low back and your glutes. Notice any place you might feel tightness. Take the fullest inhale that you can here. Fullest exhale. Good. This is an opportunity to really check in with where you might be holding tightness in your back and where you might be holding tension also in your neck and shoulders. Good. Take 3 more really juicy deep breaths here. Good. Take your time. Excellent. Good. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders. Come all the way up to sit. Excellent. Now we're going to take a child's pose with your foam roller or a pillow. Grab your foam roller or pillow and put it at the top of your thighs so it's close to your stomach. Now you're going to take your ribs and draw them close together and drape them over that foam roller or pillow. So we're not going over trying to put it into your belly, but we're trying to get some constriction on the ribs so that you can breathe more into your back. Right? So we're going to snuggle that up underneath your ribs. Take your hands down to the floor right in front of your knees and press down into the floor. Drop your head and we'll take some deep breaths here using the compression of the foam roller to lengthen and expand into your back. Feel free to drop your head and neck so you're not stressing through the neck and shoulders. Press those hands down and take really nice, long, deep breaths, breathing into the full capacity of your back lungs. We're going to stay here for about a minute. Ideally, you would do this for 2 minutes at a time, breathing and expanding, finding where you can find more spaciousness. Breathing in and exhale, breathe it out. Now, at the top of your inhale, see if you can hold that inhale for just a moment and maybe puff up those back ribs a little bit more, right? Trying to find space through the back ribs, through the lower back, and through the glutes. This is a fantastic thing to do, especially if you have any SI joint pain or lower back pain. Really helps soften out some of those lower back muscles. Take 3 more breaths here, breathing into the foam roller, letting that foam roller do the work of expanding and forcing the air into your back ribs. Good. So all that openness that we found through the thoracic rotations and the thread, the needle that we did earlier should help you get a little deeper breath here. Good. 1 more deep breath here. And exhale. Excellent. Walk your hands back underneath your shoulders. Come on up to sit. You can move the foam roller off to the side and bring your block. So for this one, we're going to do some side body expansion. The block is going to settle right here on your ribs, up here at the top of your ribs. We're going to start on the right side because the right side tends to get more restriction. We usually have more rib flaring on the left side because we have more internal organs here. So we need to work on that right side expansion a lot more than the left. We're going to come down to our side with the right side on the block. You can also do this on a foam roller. Laying all the way on your side, down here, and then take your head on your top arm. If this is too much of an arch, you can put a pillow underneath your head as well, right? Good. Now, find a comfortable position here. We're going to take that top arm straight forward in front of you. And as you're breathing, I want you to breathe in and think of expanding the right ribs forward and the back ribs back on that right side. Breathe into the constriction that the block is giving you. And exhale, let it soften. Good. Stay here for several breaths. We're going to stay here for a minute or 2 minutes, finding that expansion in the back ribs. Now, with your hand that's lifted up, we want to keep it steady. Make sure it's not drifting up and down or front to back. Make sure it's staying nice and steady so you're really breathing into your back. Think of that really nice, broad back rib expansion. Good. And then if you want a little more intensity here, you can take a pillow or a block or a foam roller underneath this top foot to press down. So it's underneath your shin. Top arm is reaching forward. Drive that foot down into the floor and breathe into your mid-back. See if that helps you get more mid-back expansion. So with the right side body down, we're thinking of front and back expansion of the right side. Good. Spend about 2 minutes here working into your breath, noticing where you might be holding and resisting. Good. Take your time. Take deep breaths here. Great. If you'd like to pause the video and keep breathing here to practice, you're more than welcome to. Otherwise, you can take your hand to the floor, come all the way up, have a seat for just a moment, take your hands on your ribs, and just notice if you have more rib expansion on that right side now. Can you take a fuller, deeper breath? Good. All right, we'll go to the other side. Bring that block over to your left ribs, laying on your left side. Now, remember, when you're coming down, make sure that you're staying connected in your core so we're not exacerbating any diastasis issues. So that block goes right underneath your ribs. Hand goes under the head to hold your head. Great. And then on this side, with the left ribs down, we're focusing on expansion in the right side waist here. So as you inhale, breathe into the entire capacity of your right lung. Breathing in and breathing out. Take the top arm straight forward, like you're trying to pull that shoulder blade and the shoulder blade point forward towards the wall in front of you. Take big, deep breaths and exhale. On this side, we're using the resistance of the block to help us get breath up into the right rib cage. Good. Full deep breaths here. And this work might feel kind of slow, but it is absolutely necessary. And the deeper your breaths can be, the better core engagement you'll get in your core work. Good. Keep going here. Keep breathing, experimenting. And then take that foam roller, if you did this on the other side, or a pillow, and press that shin down into the floor for some counter action. Arm comes forward. Good. Big, deep breaths. Using that restriction on the left side to open up through the right rib cage. Good. Make sure that that hand isn't wavering up and down and front to back. You can even close your eyes if that helps you notice what's happening in your ribs. Good. Reaching that top arm forward so you're encouraging back body breathing. Good. One more breath here. And again, if you'd like to pause the video, you can. If you'd like to practice this a little bit more, the longer you practice, the more benefits you'll see. Great. Good. Take your right hand to the floor, press up gently. Come on up to sit and sit in a cross-legged position or whatever is comfortable for you, and take your hands on your ribs and just check and see how your breathing feels now. Take a full inhale. We'll exhale. Notice if you're able to breathe deeper into your back body. Good. All right. Now we're going to come back down to our side and take some 360 arm circles. You can move everything out of the way. This takes a little bit of real estate, right? Come on down to your right side. Again, rolling down to your side. Stack your hands, let your head rest on the floor. We're going to take your left hand forward, glide it forward, bring that shoulder blade off of your back, reach all the way around into a nice big circle, the fullest circle that you can, all the way down and down by your hips. Good. So imagine you had a piece of chalk in your hands and you were opening that arm as much as possible. Now I have a wall behind me, so I can't open all the way, but I want you to keep your arms straight behind you as you're bringing it open and fully extend out. Good. See how much range of motion you can get through your upper back, right? So you're keeping your ribs moving down. So you're going to feel a little stretch in the front of the chest here as you're rotating your arm. That's okay. Good. All the way open and around. Exhaling as you're opening. Inhaling as you're closing forward. Good. So again, we're going through that upper thoracic rotation here to create more space in your mid back so we can get a better connection in your core. Good. All of these exercises we do for 1 minute to 2 minutes. So if at one point you would like to just set a timer and go for 1 minute or 2 minutes on each side, that is ideal. But if you only have enough time to do what I'm doing, what I'm guiding you through, that's okay too. Good. I would rather you go through really slow range of motion and really feel the stretch and feel the rotation, feel the range of motion increasing than to just try to, get through it as fast as possible. Right? Good. All right. One last one here. Good. All right. We're going to stay on this side, take the arm forward. This time we're going to go straight forward and back. So reach that left arm over the right and then open all the way back. Reach your hand all the way across and open. Inhale, reach it forward. And exhale and open. So I'm going to give you a different vantage point here. Keep going if you've already started. And here with our back, we are opening all the way out to the side. So we're encouraging this opening of the front of the chest. Keep those ribs down. Inhale, close over, reach past your bottom arm, and then open. So we're getting some nice gliding of the shoulder blade across the rib cage as you're closing over, and then opening through the thoracic spine. Eventually that shoulder might come to the floor. If it doesn't right now, that's okay. But you might notice the more that you practice this, the better it gets. The deeper your breath can get, the more free your breath will be. Good. Last two here, all the way over. Good. So now with your diastasis, just make sure your ribs are pressing down so you're getting more stretch through the front of the chest. Good. And last one, open all the way out to the side. Excellent. And then we'll come on over to the other side. Great. So gather yourself up, come on over. And I'm going to show you this way. So I'm not facing my back to you. Right. Stack your right hand on top of your left. Head goes down to the floor. We'll do the 360 arm circle. So arm reaches forward all the way around and all the way back towards the floor. Good. Imagine that piece of chalk in your hands. You're making the biggest circle that you possibly can. And bring your ribs down as you're opening in the back. So it's this rotation back here that we're really working on. Good. Go in your full range of motion. Excellent. Good. Find that breath. Yes. Good. And again, you can set the timer for 1 minute to 2 minutes. Inhale as you come forward. Exhale as you open. I find this is a fantastic thing to do after you've been sitting at a desk all day and in the morning before you get out of bed and before you go to sleep at night. So if you do this 4 or 5 times a day, it can be really good for opening up your mid-back. Good. Your head is just rolling along the floor with you. So you can roll it forward and then roll all the way back. If you need a pillow or a blanket underneath your head, that's okay too. Good. Let's do one more circle here all the way around. And that spaciousness in the mid-back. Amazing. Good. And then stack your arms to the side. We'll go straight to the side. So I'm going to show you a different vantage point here. So your knees are in. Left hand is, or right hand is stacked. Reach past your bottom arm and then open all the way to the side, reaching through your right shoulder. Coming across, reaching, and then exhale and open. Good. Bringing those ribs down. You can even think of pressing your mid-back towards the floor a little bit as you're opening, right? If you start to get any low back pain or mid-back pain here, you can limit your range of motion. You don't have to go as far. Good. We're using our breath to encourage that range of motion to increase as we're going through this. And you might notice that as you do this practice more, that range of motion increases quite a bit. Maybe you're able to get deeper breaths. Maybe you're able to bring that hand a little closer to the floor, the shoulder a little closer to the floor. Good. Let it feel really good. 2 more here. Inhale, exhale, cross over. Good. Last one here, cross over and exhale, open. Excellent. Good. Coming back to the center, press your hands into the floor, come up with control. Great. And then we're going to take another cat and cow. So exactly like we did in the beginning, but I want you to feel the difference between when we started and now. We're going to do 2 different breaths. All right. So hands underneath your shoulders, knees under your hips. We'll do the normal cat and cow breath. Inhale, open your chest, look forward. Exhale, tuck the toes, round your back. Press your shoulders, tuck your tailbone under. Notice the spaciousness and maybe the warmth in your back. Inhale, open your chest, look forward. And exhale, round back. Good. Now that you're nice and warm, really exaggerate those curves in your back. Good. Stretch through any tightness. Inhale and exhale, round back. Good. One more here. Inhale, open, and then we'll reverse the breath. Exhale, round all the way back. Good. Coming back to neutral. Now we're going to reverse the breath. We're going to inhale, round your back. So breathe and puff through your mid-back. Exhale, open your chest, draw your belly back and open, right? Your deep core is drawing in. Inhale, round your back, press through your mid-back, find that spaciousness, tuck the tailbone. Exhale and open. Inhale, round. And exhale, open. 2 more here. Inhale, round. Exhale, open. Inhale, round. And exhale, open. Excellent. Come back to the center. Have a seat on your heels. Find a comfortable seat. And we'll take the right arm up overhead and take a side bend. And then rotate your shoulders slightly towards your front knee. Good. So you're rounding your back. Good. Finding some spaciousness back here, right? You're finding a rhythm here. Reach forward. We're going to inhale here and then exhale, pull that elbow down, open your chest. Good. Inhale, cross over, breathe into your mid back, and exhale, open. Good. Inhale, cross over. Exhale, open. 2 more here. Inhale and exhale. Good. Now, if you really like this and you want to do 1 minute to 2 minutes of this, you can absolutely pause the video, set a timer, do 1 to 2 minutes on each side. Inhale over and exhale, open. Great. Other side. Left arm reaches up. Spin your chest towards your front knee. So you're rounding your back a little bit. Good. Inhale. Exhale, open that elbow out. Good. Inhale, cross over, breathe into your back. Exhale, open. Good. Inhale, cross over. And exhale, open. This is a great one to do at your desk. When you have a break, when you're in the middle of a meeting, if you're in your office by yourself, or you're on Zoom, you can turn off your video. Exhale, open. Great one to do seated. Inhale, really stretch through that mid back. Exhale, open. Last one here. Inhale. And exhale, open. Excellent. Relax your arms. Take your hands on your thighs. Take a couple of deep breaths here. Just notice, if you want to close your eyes, you can. Notice the depth of your breath. Full inhale, full exhale. Good. You can even start a little bit of that canister breath on the exhale. Take 2 more breaths here. Inhale. Exhale. Like you're fogging up a mirror. Good. Last breath. Inhale. And exhale. Excellent. Shake out your shoulders, shake out your hands. Fantastic work. I hope you're feeling great, and I'll see you at the next workout.